Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now, last week on Steve Does Thursdays, we tested a chocolate cake mix and, sorry, excuse me, I filled it with cream and black cherry pie filling, and we were both of the opinion that it looked lovely. Many of you commented how nice it looked, but it was a bit dense. So today we're going to be making the same thing but from scratch. So our ingredients are, we need 8 ounces of softened butter. We need 8 ounces of caster sugar. We need now 8 ounces of self-raising or sponge flour, okay, and we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now I said and we need, with regards to the flour, what I do is I measure out my 8 ounces, then I take out 2 tablespoons of the flour and replace it with 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, not hot chocolate, not drinking chocolate, cocoa powder, the real McCoy. We need 4 eggs and a dash of vanilla extract. As last week, I have greased and lined my tins. And this is so good, this recipe. Why? Because it's all in one. So all I'm going to do, I've got my caster sugar in there, and now I'm going to sieve in the flour and the hot chocolate. Now I've said hot chocolate, it's not hot chocolate, Penny. You've been very precise. It is cocoa powder. Sorry about that. I'm just going to sieve that in. Just push it through your sieve. You can see how much finer that's looking. And doing this, you get the chocolate all mixed through, and cocoa is chocolate. The smell is lovely, but let's be fair, last time it smelt good. So let's get this through, get rid of all the little lumps, because look, can you see there are a few lumps there? So I'm just going to carry on pushing those through. Right, and then I'll just stir. I'm only doing this because you're watching, stirring everything together so that it's all combined. Then we're going to go in with our 8 ounces of softened butter. If it wants to get off the paper. It isn't paper, it's foil, before somebody tells me that. Right. See, it's quite soft, can't you? Right. And then we go in with our 4 eggs. We may need a little bit of milk to add to this just to make it a bit softer, but we don't know till we get there. And then all we're going to do is we're going to mix. And this one, yeah, I would definitely say do with a whisk, don't do it by hand. You could do it by hand, but you'd cream the butter and sugar together first, then add your eggs, then add your flour. But this way is easier, it's an all-in-one mix, and that's what we're going to do. So just mix like this, and once it's all combined, I shall come back. Right, we're all mixed. I've put the oven on to preheat, and I've put it on to 170 bake and for 25 minutes. So now, just as we did last time, we just need to load up our tins. And what I'll do is I'll load them up I'll spread the batter around and then I will flatten the tops down so we don't get domed cakes, and I'll show you that when it's done. Now if you wanted to make sure they were dead the same, you could have measured these weighed them as you were putting them into the pans, but I haven't. Okay, so we've got fairly flat tops and our oven has preheated, so it's going in. Oh, hate leaving any mixture in the bowl, so always scrape it out well. Not a TV chef, can't afford to waste food. So there we go, so we're going in, one on one shelf, one on the bottom, and we shall be back once they are cooked. Right, our cakes are cooked and they are cooled, and just as last time I've put them on the cooling rack on top of a tea towel so that it doesn't mark the top of the cakes. And now, same as last time, I'm just going to decorate, but right then, so I'm just going to put one cake on the bottom, and I've got my cream that I've whipped up with some icing sugar. I'm just going to layer that. Be quite generous, I've got plenty there. Right. And then the cherry pie filling. Honestly, this Princess cherry pie filling is so good. Oops. And some of it will even go on the cake, won't it? There we go. Save a little bit for the top as I did last time. And then we'll just pop our top layer on. Squeeze it down a little bit because it looks quite nice with the filling coming out. And then we'll put some more cream on the top. And you can see this cracked a little, which the other, oh, it's all falling out, isn't it? Which the other one didn't, but it's hidden, it doesn't matter. You know, I know, but anybody who eats it isn't necessarily going to know, are they? I've got a bit more cream here than I had last time, but weird. Right. Need to get the chocolate to decorate. Just put the, just seemed a little bit skew with then, didn't it? Alright, and we're just using some little chocolate, the same little chocolate, everything is the same, except for the fact that I actually made this sponge rather than using a packet cake mix. Oops. So that's in the way. Right, now last time I just put some of the leftover cherry in the middle there, like that. So we'll do that again. And oops, look, some of the cherries fell out, so let's not waste them. Yeah, I could definitely eat them, but we'll pop them on top. Right. An ode to a Black Forest Gatto, but this one is homemade. Now, how hard was that to make? It wasn't, was it? I'm going to get cleared up and we'll call Steve out and see what he thinks.
Hello, it's me. I've been dragged out here for some reason. What am I here for?
Make a cup of tea.
Right. Well, you know, the last Steve did Thursdays, Pen made me a Mr. Kipling's box cake, which she jazzed up, and it was all right, but it's a little bit dense, and as per I think the box cakes are. But she's had another go. I give her another go, and another attempt.
Oh my God, she's had another go. How rude!
She's always having a bleating go. Anyway,
You deserve it.
Right. So she's handmade this one. No box involved. And it looks very nice, and I'm very much looking forward to having some. She don't like chocolate cake, so it's all mine.
Oh no, I'm willing to try that. Do you want the slice now?
Yeah, I have a slice.
Okay, I've made a cup of tea, so... Oh, over. Right, excuse I. It's quite loose.
So I like them.
Oops.
It's a very small piece.
Yeah, well, you might not like it. You didn't like the last piece, so I'm being, I'm hedging my bets.
All right. Yeah. Well, I hope this one doesn't go in the same place as the last one.
No, because the last one went in the bin.
Exactly.
Right, might as well have the bits that are missing. Okay, hold on. Right, there you go.
People dying out there, Pin.
I'm not going to say it.
Right, we're all going. Right, here we go. I'm going in.
Well, no, I don't need to ask you to please be honest, because you always are.
There's no point being anything
Absolutely.
else. Obviously, it's nowhere near the density of the previous one. Bloody lovely. You know me, I wouldn't say it, even though Pen made it. It's bloody lovely. So, 4 marks, get back in, I'm off.
Okay. Right. I'm not sure whether this is going to be an In the Kitchen with Pen or a Steve Does Thursdays. Probably a Steve Does Thursdays. But thank you for watching. Make your own cakes, dead easy. And I'll see you again very soon, either In the Kitchen with Pen or Steve Does Thursdays. Bye-bye for now.
Sorry, if it's going to be a Steve Does Thursdays, 4 stars.
Only 4? I'm going to cry. And what else have you forgotten to say?
Whoa, put the knife down.
What else have you forgotten to say?
Keep cooking.